Hey everyone, it's Wendy here again, and welcome back to Wendy's Corner. For some of you who may be just joining us for the first time, I am a retirement educator and our financial educator and retirement strategist. Get that backwards sometimes, long morning. Uh, so each day I kind of spend just a little bit of part of my day explaining about some different things that come up and questions that come back for you. And one of the questions that really came up today had to do with different strategies about what happens when you get into retirement. Okay. So what I want to bring up today is one, it's two of the most important words in retirement planning. Okay. First one is accumulation, and the second is distribution. Now, majority of people, they're going to focus on growing their retirement savings. Okay. But what happens when it's time to start using what you have saved up, right? This is where that game completely changes. Now, if you are relying on a 401k, 403b, strategies that are tied to the markets, there is there you need to understand that the shift from accumulation to distribution is crucial. Now, here is one of the problems, with the traditional financial planning, all right, and coming up with that 401k. Majority of people are going to use that 4% rule, right? But where you're going to be able to take about 4% of what you accumulated in order to make your 401k or 403b last for the 20-25 years. Now, experts are now actually saying that's now a 3% rule. So if you need to understand how much you're actually going to be getting out of your retirement savings, take that retirement savings and multiply that by 3%. And why is it now 3%? Because of inflation, taxes, things like that, that have such a drastic impact that individuals don't think of. Now, I know that, especially if your retirement income is tied to the stock market, the performance of what your investment's going to do is very uncertain. Right now, the markets can be doing great. Sometimes they do not great. But the reality of it is that you could run out of money a lot faster than what you realize. So this is one of the reasons, I like to talk to people about, there is a better way to do this. There absolutely is a better way. When you're getting ready to make that transition, there is a thing called a fixed indexed annuity. Now, the distribution rates on a fixed indexed annuity are between like 6 and 9% annual. That's double what that 3 to 4% rule is going to be. And the most important part about this is that it's a guaranteed income for the rest of your life. Yes, I can use that word guaranteed. It's guaranteed. You're in a contract. The company is contractually obligated to provide you with income for the rest of your life. You're never going to have to worry about running out of money. Yes, there's liquidity with these accounts. You still have access up to 10% to withdrawal penalty free each year, all right, for the first 10 years. That's probably the biggest hangup that most people have about that 401k. What if I need emergency funding? What if I get sick? Well, there's those clauses in there too. But there's also, I want you to pay attention to this, a long-term care rider in there. They're included in this. Okay. So if something were to happen to you and you need to go to a nursing home for care, which as you age, more and more people are having to do that because of modern medicine. We're getting older, we need more care. So if you have to go into a nursing home for long-term care, that long-term care rider in there is going to double what you are going to be receiving every single month, offsetting those expenses to that nursing home care so that you're not having to forego your home or your estate or the things that you want maybe to pass on. It is incredibly important. But what's the most important part is that the guaranteed income for life, you're never going to run out of money and you know exactly what you are going to have. If you want a little more information about this, how these work, they're very simple. Give me a shout, yourhiddenpathretirement.com. Set up a time and we can talk about it. Or, send me a message and we can have a conversation about it as well. Make sure you understand your choices when it's time to make that change from accumulation to distribution. It is very critically important, and don't put it off too long. Knowledge is power, and this is my drive in order to change your retirement going forward and protect what it is that you have and give you the retirement that you solely deserve.